Hi everyone, welcome to another tapping circle. Super excited that you're making such a powerful choice. You could be resisting and suffering and waiting for what? I don't know, for another lesson learned. But instead, you're here with us, watching this video, tapping along with us, and choosing to move yourself forward in love and connection and support. So I'm really happy that you're here, and I know that everyone who is touching your life is also really grateful that you're choosing to move those patterns and triggers and issues right on through and out the other side. So tonight I wanted to discuss with you something that got really, really clear for me this morning about self-worth and self-esteem. As far as my experience with taking myself from a very low place in self-worth and self-esteem, and then taking myself through many series of upgrades and continuing to take myself through a series of upgrades, I wanted to discuss with you three major key pieces to supporting yourself to have an authentic self-respect and a feeling of inherent worth. So the first thing is, of course, to stop hating on yourself. Stop with the attack thoughts. Stop with belittling. Stop with judging and condemning. That's step number one. And tapping is an excellent resource for you to do that. And a simple way to do that is to make a list of all the mean things your inner critic says to you on a regular basis, and do EFT on each one of those until when you say that statement out loud, it doesn't even sound possible to you anymore that that could be true. So when that emotional response is gone, the inner critic tends not to have that in its script anymore. And I can tell you that I rarely get any negative inner critic voice, and that's an amazing thing because it takes up a lot of space to have someone bad-mouthing you in your head. And when it's empty, there's room for more play and creativity and fun and other more interesting thoughts. Okay, so the first thing to do is to tap out the dark voice. The second thing is to stop doing things that make you lower your own esteem of yourself. So let's think about that for a minute. When someone earns your respect and your esteem of them, you see them as an esteemable person, it's because they've kept their promise to you. They've given you their word, they followed through, they showed up when they said they would, or you've watched them show up for others and the world consistently over time, and you respect them for how they're taking a stand and what they're choosing to do and what they're using their time and their energy and their life for, right? That's the people that we respect. Now, apply that to yourself. Are you keeping the commitments that you make to yourself? Are you showing up, maybe not perfectly, but again and again as much as you can in the right direction? If all you're doing is telling yourself you're worthy of love and tapping on your negative stuff, it will definitely help you. But the next thing is to stop doing things that lower the respect you have for yourself in your own eyes. EFT again comes to the rescue. You can tap on addiction patterns and all the underlying fear and pain that actually causes them, and quit doing the things that make you secretly feel that if anyone knew, they wouldn't love and respect you, and because you know, you don't love and respect you. Because no matter how much the world tells you that you're worthy of love, if there's something you're doing in your life or refusing to do that erodes that sense of respect, it doesn't matter how many awards you get, how great your body looks, or how much money you're making. inside you won't feel worthy. You'll feel like a fraud because you actually know what you've been doing or refusing to do. So that's step 2, is start doing the esteemable things that you respect other people for doing. For me, exercise has been huge. I appreciate and respect people who take care of their bodies, but I wasn't taking very good care of my body. I was overworking and overeating and numbing myself with sugar. So as I've been removing that pattern from my diet and getting healthier and stronger physically, my self-respect, self-esteem, and self-worth is going up, and it feels really good. Okay? So the third thing is to stick with it and to be as consistent as you can be. I can't say that I'm perfect at it yet, but I can tell you that not giving up and dragging myself lovingly, talking to myself, working with myself again and again to, yes, I'm going to make that fitness appointment I made with myself, and yes, I'm going to take the right supplements and take the time off to rest and recover instead of trying to patch it up with other ways to treat myself. I can tell you that the persistence counts. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence and consistency. And, I got a little chart and stuck it on my wall and put little stars on the days that I followed through and tracked my progress. And I can tell you that you can motivate yourself a lot with little gold stars. Okay? So those are some great things that you might want to use this circle for. Perhaps you've already got something else in mind. But if you're sabotaging yourself and then beating yourself up for it, you are going to suffer in self-esteem and self-worth. And luckily, we can tap all of that out and turn that boat around and move it in the right direction. So thanks for showing up for yourself. This will make you feel really good. And not just feel good, but behave in ways that you yourself respect. Okay. So I would like to introduce 3 beautiful ladies to you, in case you haven't already met them. And I'm curious to know how tapping has helped you grow in your own self-esteem and self-respect. So I'd like to start with Jennifer. Would you like to say hello?
Hi, guys. Well, I think tapping helps grow your self-esteem in every single area of your life. So everything that you work on with tapping and that I've worked on with tapping has really helped me, because it's, as Sonia says, as soon as you remove the negative belief that you can't do it or that you don't deserve it, all of a sudden you realize that you do deserve it and that you can do it. And one of the pieces for me has definitely been relationships, that I've, for some reason in this life, has been a really big piece, just clearing out father stuff. And one thing that I really have realized through tapping and really clarifying relationships and how I relate to my partner or the people in the world has been creating a self-esteem within myself of really honoring my boundaries. And I grew up with a father who was like very energetically aggressive, beautiful, amazing soul, and very loving, and but had a lot of childhood stuff himself. And so he was like angry a lot. And as a child, I began to be quite scared and fearful inside my own body, and so shrinking down. And then I would start to notice in my own relationships that pattern of feeling like I had to shrink in my relationships because I didn't want to say what I thought or say how I thought it should be or say what I felt I needed, because in the past, if I did that, then I would be confronted with an energy that wasn't as stable as what I needed. And through tapping, I've been able to just really look at some of those fears, that shrinking feeling inside myself, like I have to hide, and really recognize that, first of all, it's there, that there's a feeling like I have to hide, And then going into that feeling and being like, okay, where's it really coming from? And then coming out of it and not like swinging the opposite direction where I'm like defending myself, because you know if you haven't cleared it, then you can swing both ways. You really hide or you really defend yourself. And through tapping, it's really neutralized both sides, and now I can be within myself and not feel like I need to push my agenda or I have to hide myself, but rather I can actually honor what's true for me and what my needs are, and also recognize that I don't have to be exactly how my partner or how I think my partner wants me to be in my own head, or how I think I should look, or how I think I should approach the relationship, but rather now I can just listen to my inner voice and say, oh, okay, what feels right for me and my own boundaries. And there's a lot more grace in my relationships now because of that, because I'm not charged up with a reaction or hiding from something I'm afraid of. I'm simply just listening to myself and following that guidance. So I think Sonia's jumping in and out at the moment from the circle. So why don't we jump over to Maya and see what she has to say about how her self-esteem has improved.
Hi, everyone. Well, wow. So my self-esteem has improved greatly as I've given myself permission to be really honest. I, as many of you know, was diagnosed with lupus when I was 12, and that really affected my self-esteem. They put me on prednisone, and that affected my ability to focus. And if anyone has ever been on prednisone, as you know, it's very destabilizing. So, and with that, through my life, because I didn't have tapping, I was continuously trying. I just had that piece of me that felt stupid and just not as worthy and good. And so with EFT, I've really been able to clean that piece up and really clean out the emotions underneath feeling stupid or just not, I don't know, when you get sick, it messes with your self-esteem. So that's one place where EFT's really helped me move forward. And the other one is I picked up smoking as a teenager to cope with the amount of intense stress, and it was a habit that really was not in alignment with the part of me that's choosing to do healing work. And so that piece I really used EFT on to really get down in there, and I have to say it works. It may not be an immediate fix, but boy, does it work when you can really acknowledge the feelings underneath it and go back to that younger version self. My teenager was just totally running the show. And so I gave that part of me a lot of love and a lot of EFT sessions and a lot of compassion and empathy for how challenging that was. And I've been successful. I'm really grateful. So that's how EFT has helped me with self-worth.
Yay! Thank you, Maya. I'm going to have to log out and log back on because there's something on my computer that's not working correctly. But Jana, would you like to introduce yourself and talk about how it's affected your self-esteem while I do that?
Yep, absolutely. Thanks. Hi, everyone. I'm Jana, and I think that listening to your insecurities and your fears is a way of knowing how to use EFT and how to track where to work is so powerful. When you are able to look at the places that are feeling insecure or afraid as your guiding light, to know where to go inward, to know what part of you is aching to be developed, and to yearning to be listened to. So I've really used EFT to take note of where I'm insecure and then develop those parts of myself. That's my guiding light, is to listen to my fears, not to give in to them, but to utilize them as a way of my spirit telling me where I need to develop myself and what really matters to me. And I've come to realize through using EFT that those fears are not something to fight, but that are like sweet, sweet parts of myself to take very, very good care of. And it's completely shifted the way that I relate to insecurity or relate to fear. And the tips that I always give are to, one, recognize that self-respect, when you're an adult, self-respect is something that you have to generate, that you have the amount that you had growing up given by how we were raised or what you saw modeled around you, but that at a certain point, part of being an adult and having mature spirituality is choosing it for yourself and then generating it, because no one's going to come along and like put it in there for you. And when you choose it for yourself, you naturally fall in alignment with that, and your actions reflect that, and then other people respect you more and more. And the second tip that I always give is to tap, to allow yourself to view your own being as your greatest admirers do. The people in your life who are your cheerleaders, the people in your life who believe in you. I actually tap and tell myself that I choose to see myself the way my greatest admirers do, because sometimes when I can't see it, I have to trust that the people who know me and love me see me, and that if I can't hold that for myself, that for now, for my tapping session, I'll just go ahead and believe them. So that's one of the tapping tricks that I use that's made a huge difference in my life.
Totally brilliant, really brilliant, Jonna. Thank you so much. Really great insights there. Okay. How's the video quality? Did it go down? I had to shift what kind of connection I'm using to the internet, but nonetheless, we're going to say hi to everybody else. Let's see who's in the circle right now. If you're here with us, would you say hello and let us know where you are logging in from? Jennifer says Santa Monica. Santa Monica. Good. Oakland, Jonna. San Francisco. Takes just a few seconds to get everyone's chat in. So I can see that there are quite a few people here. And maybe not everyone has the chat function. Sometimes when you're using a phone, the chat function doesn't work so well. So let's see who else is here. Stephanie, hello, from Carlsbad, New Mexico. Alexander from New York. Celeste from Chicoville. Rob from Tucson. Marco from Austin. And there's a few more people here as well. I can see your names. Aaron from Austin. Hi, Austin people. Glad you're here. And Maya from Marina Del Rey. And Sherry. Nice. Hi, Sherry. And Hannah from Austin. Hi, everybody. And looks like some more people are here, but they're not able to chat in, and that's okay. And say hello to all of you anyway. All right. Well, let's get started. You pick your issue, and Jennifer's going to screen share the questions. Also, go over to the Pop-ins link if you do have the ability to use this webinar jam portion, and you'll see a yellow button there that says Get Started to take the Core Causes survey. Otherwise, you can do one of two things. You can go to my website, sonyasofia.us, SONYASOPHIA.us. Go to World Tapping Circle and you'll see a Core Causes Survey drop-down menu appear, or you can just jot down the answers on a piece of paper as Jennifer screen shares. Okay? So I'll see you in 5 minutes.
My screen share is not activating right now, Sonia. So I might need you screen share. You just click the Get Started button and just screen share yourself. For some reason, it's not sharing on my end. And just so you know, you're muted.
Okay, now I'm unmuted. Sorry guys, hang on 1 second. I'm just going to make this its own window so it's easy. Okay. And now it should work. Okay. One of our practitioners is unmuted because I can hear you clicking. Thank you. We've got about 20 more seconds to finish up and hit submit. And now we're going to look at the responses. So go ahead and finish up, hit submit, and we'll see how many people were able to take the survey here. Oops. Sorry. Watching me click around, aren't you? Jennifer, are you able to screen share yet? Okay, how about you do the answers? And here we go. We can see that where people are working on tonight looks like some money, some transition, relationship, kind of spread out, some purpose. Okay. Negative feelings, fears way up there, anger. Okay. A little bit slower. Broken, addicted, weak, helpless, trapped, unsure, mistrustful, dizzy, foggy, disoriented. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Negative self-talk about this issue. I don't have what it takes. It's impossible, not good enough. I don't want to fail. I don't want the responsibility. Not enough money. Not enough time. It's too late. I should have already done it. I know, huh? Amazing how often it's the same old stuff running the show. I have to do it by myself. And all the way down to I can't be heard. I'm too much. It's out of my control. And I'm a loser. Oh, you guys. Okay, let's keep moving down. And what does your culture say about this? And this is a great time to just start tapping on your chest, really, while we're looking at this form in general. Because we all have small versions of some of this stuff, right? Nobody's alone in any of this. It only happens in fairy tales. They did you wrong. That should have never happened to you. Money doesn't grow on trees. It's hard work. I'm a bad girl, irresponsible, flaky. Quit your crying or I'll give you something to cry about. Aw. Let go. Move on. Stop complaining. Pretend you are not sick. You are not worth it. I should have. Artists aren't supposed to want money, and you need to let go of it. Great, really good to know. And here's the trick. All this stuff is actually creating the opposite of what you want to be experiencing. So we're going to let go of that tonight too. Okay, moving down, we see a lot of anger. The red is going to indicate a lot of anger. Darkness is probably going to indicate fear in general. Okay, scrolling down some more. Greenish yellow has to do with like it's been there a long time and it's like, you know, greenish yellow phlegm. It's making me sick. When did this first start? Most people are saying they've had it their whole lives or really early. Okay, let's keep moving. Some of us in the young adult years. Who do you blame or hold responsible for your issue? Myself, mostly. Looks like mom's getting off tonight. That's good. Step parents, my whole family. Scrolling down. Who in your family models similar attitudes and feelings? Now here mom's coming back. Mom and dad are coming back. You don't blame them maybe, which is great, but you do notice that you inherited some things. Okay, where do you feel this in your body? You're tapping and breathing hopefully with me right now. A lot of stomach, neck, can't feel it. My entire bow, which means body. Okay, my head, scrolling down. What texture? Tight, heavy. Okay, what benefit do you think you're receiving by holding on to this issue? This is a really important question. A lot of people trying to prove something, the rest are punishing or protecting. But wow, tonight it's more about proving. Okay, let's keep going. Pretty high feelings. Nothing under a 7, it looks like. Lots of 8s, 9s, and 10s. Okay, let's do it. All right. Here we go. My blue box, Jennifer. Massaging the front of the chest. Okay, find these points. Right here. Press around until you find the sore spot. Give yourself a nice deep breath. Big sigh. Even though I have this issue, think about what you're tapping on tonight. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Up to eyebrows. Even though I have this issue. Think about it again. What are we talking about? Big breath. Tap the temples. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the front of your cheeks. This issue. Tap under the nose. It's really affecting my self-worth. Tune in and see if it is. Tap under the lips. It's affecting how I view myself. Big deep breath. Tap your chest. Even though it's making me feel, how does it make you feel about yourself? And just say it out loud. Tap the front of your ribs. This issue makes me feel what? Tap the side of your ribs. This issue makes me feel how? Tap the inside of your wrist. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Even though this issue of, and say what it is, or you could say this issue about, is making me feel how? Big deep breath, big sigh. Tap the side of your thumb. I'm open to loving and respecting myself. Tap your index finger. Even if I feel, tap your middle finger. Say how you feel again towards yourself because of this issue. And just say that word or phrase 4 or 5 times. This negative phrase. Tap the bottom of your 4th finger. I'm open to the possibility of getting underneath this issue, healing it from where it began. Tap your little finger. Releasing the need to continue to feel and say that negative feeling you have about yourself. Tap the side of the hand. Even though I'm so used to feeling this way. Tap the top of your head. It's become part of my identity. Tap the sides of your head, the back of your head. Think about how this self-description, this negative, limiting self-description has become part of your identity. Like, well, I'm a loser, or I'm always going to be stuck like this. That's me. Tap the eyebrows. I love and respect myself. Tap your temples. Even though I've been describing myself as what? Tap the cheeks. I love and respect myself. Tap under the nose. Even though I've been describing myself, tap under the lips. Say what the negative description is again. And tap your chest. Nice big circle. There's lots of points up here. Tap the front of the ribs. I deeply and completely respect myself. And if you can't say that authentically, say, I'm open to deeply respecting myself. Let's tap the side of the rib cage. Even with this feeling, and tap the inside of the wrist of, and say the negative feeling again that you're working with. Big breath, big sigh. Tap the side of the thumb. This intense feeling of, say the feeling again. Tap your index finger. This intense feeling of. Tap the middle finger. I deeply and completely respect myself. Give yourself some respect for getting as far as you've gotten, even with all of this going on in the background. Tap the bottom of your 4th finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the little finger, even if part of me still feels stuck and trapped. Tap the side of the hand. I'm open to forgiving myself and to freeing myself. Tap the top of the head, even if part of me secretly believes it's impossible. Tap the side of the head, the back of the head. Part of me thinks it's impossible. Tap the eyebrows. Tap the temples. Part of me says I'm stuck and broken. Tap the cheeks and breathe. Tap under the nose. I love and accept myself. And tap under the lips, even if I feel stuck. Tune in and see if you feel stuck or like you're moving too slowly. Maybe you're not stuck, but you're just crawling along and you'd much rather be racing along. Tap the chest. I love and respect myself, and I'm supporting myself right now. And tap the front of the ribs. I'm supporting myself right now. Tap the side of the ribs. I'm supporting myself. Tap the inside of the wrist. And I'm getting some support. I'm allowing myself to move forward. Tap the side of the thumb at a pace that feels safe for me. Tap the index finger. Even if I'm really angry inside. Big breath. Tune in and see if you feel angry about your issue, either towards yourself or towards someone else. Tap the middle finger. Remember I told you that was step 1 is to stop hating on yourself. Sometimes we think that hate is going to motivate us or anger is going to motivate us, and it usually doesn't. Usually we rebel. We might move a little bit, but we'll secretly rebel in a different way if we motivate ourselves with negative thoughts. Tap the bottom of the 4th finger. I feel angry towards myself. I blame myself. Big breath. Tap your little finger. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the side of the hand. Even if I feel angry towards myself. Tap the top of the head. This anger, tune in and see where your anger is aimed. Tap the eyebrows, this anger. Tap the temples. I've been holding on to this anger. Tap the cheeks. I've been holding on to this anger. Tap into the nose. I love and respect myself. Tap under the lips, even if I continue to feel angry. And tap your chest and breathe. Tune in and see if you can still feel that anger. And if you can, and it hasn't completely dissolved yet, ask yourself, why do I want to hold on to that? Tap the front of the ribs. I'm proving something. What are you proving? Proving that it was bad? Proving that you were right? Proving that it was unfair? Tap the side of the ribs. I'm proving. Tap the inside of the wrist. What are you proving, and to whom? I'm improving. Tap the side of the thumb. I love and respect myself. And tap the index finger, even if I'm trying to prove what to whom. Tap your middle finger. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. Is it really working? Tap the little finger. Is it helping me to hold on to these feelings? Tap the side of the hand. Is it ever going to really prove what I hope it will prove? Ask yourself. Well, what's the answer? I know, it's not working, is it? Tap the top of the head. I love and accept myself. Tap the eyebrows, even if I've been trying to prove. Say what it is and to whom. Big deep breath. Make some sound. Big sigh. Tap the cheeks. It's safe for me to let go of this strategy. Tap under the nose. Even if, tap under the lips, I secretly don't want to. Hang out with your inner rebel, as Maya was talking about, your inner teenager. Might still be trying to prove to mom that she's not the boss of me. You might still be at age 40-something, rebelling against your mother who wants you to brush your teeth and go to bed and eat your Brussels sprouts. By rebelling, not getting what you need, not giving yourself what you need. Tap your chest. Even though I've been, and say what you've been doing, in order to what? Tap the front of the ribs. It's safe for me to love myself. Tap the side of the ribs. Big breath. It's safe for me to love myself. Tap the side of the inside of the wrist. Now we're going to do what Maya was talking about. You're going to bring love to this place in you that's been acting out, feeling hurt, and holding on. You're not going to try to force that part of you into changing. You're just going to bring love. Just imagine sitting down on the edge of the curb with that part of yourself and putting your arm around him or her and hanging out, being like, yeah, I gotcha. I really, really get it. Big breaths. Tap the side of your thumb. Even though I've been withholding love from this part of myself, tap your index finger. How old does that part of yourself feel? Is that a really little kid? Is that an angry teenager? Is that a hurt, 18, 20-year-old somebody? Tap your middle finger. I've been withholding love from this part of myself that feels about how old? Big sigh. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. I still love and respect myself. Tap your little finger, even if I continue to withhold love. Tap the side of the hand. I'm offering myself love now. Say that 4 or 5 times. Just chant it. I'm offering myself love now. Offering myself love now. I'm offering myself love now. I'm offering myself love now. One more time. I'm offering myself love now. Breathe and send it right into that part of you, that younger part of you. Big breath. At the top of the head. And now we're doing exactly what Jana was mentioning, which is taking responsibility to go back and love that part of ourselves as the more adult part. Going back to rebuild that part that got skipped over. And tap the eyebrows. I love and respect myself. Tap the temples. It's safe for me to take care of this part of myself. Send it some more love. Big deep breaths, sending it backwards through time. Big wave of love and compassion. Tap your cheeks. Compassion for this little version of you. Tap under the nose. Tap under the lips. Even though it all started when did your issue really begin? Tap your chest and breathe. And tap down to the front of the ribs. It all started when? And tap the side of the ribs. It all started when? Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. And tap the side of your thumb. I deeply and completely forgive myself. Tap your index finger. Even if it all started, tap your middle finger. When what happened? And I want you to send some love back to that time and those memories, that event is cataloged in a bunch of memories. Just sending love and acceptance to what happened. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. What happened for me was, and give yourself 30 seconds to describe what happened as you tap. Tap your little finger. Tap the side of your hand. Finish up with your description if you haven't already. Tap the top of the head. And even though this really happened, and it made me feel how? Tap the eyebrows. And I decided as a result what negative limiting belief happened for you because of what happened. You decided what was true. Tap the temple, big deep breath, big sigh, make some sound. Tap the cheeks. I decided this was true. Say it again. Tap under the nose. And tap under the lips. I love and respect myself. And tap the chest, even though I decided this was true. Tap the front of the ribs. It's only true as long as I say it's true. Tap the side of the ribs. It's okay to release the belief I have that this is true. Tap the inside of the wrist, even though it still feels really true. Tap the side of the thumb. It's possible I would have more fun, do a better job, make more money, and have more time if I let this go. Is that true? Would it give you more time? More energy? More love? It would, wouldn't it? Tap your middle finger. I'm done wasting my energy thinking about this being true. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. What would the opposite of that limiting negative belief be? So if it's I'm all alone or it's out of my control, the opposite would be I've got support and actually I can do something about it. And you are right now by undoing the ideas in your head. Tap the little finger. Say the positive statement 3 or 4 times. Tap the side of the hand. Say the positive statement again 3 or 4 times. Tap the top of the head. I love and respect myself. Tap the eyebrows, even though it's hard to believe this new positive statement. Tap the cheeks. It's hard to believe this new positive statement that tells me what? Tap under the nose. Big breath, big sigh, make some sound. Good. We're going to pause here and have a little check-in. So I'd like you to put in what your issue number was at the beginning, what it is now, and what do you think is still holding it together. And when you're not chatting in, you're tapping and breathing. Okay? Yay, Jennifer says it's gone down a point and she's just discovered what it's really about. So that's going to make things move a lot faster. Simon's going down from a 7 to a 5. Okay, and Jonna's going down from an 8 to a 5, saying, I don't think I have the resources to fix this. Money. Okay, Christina says from a 10 to 7. Voracious, insatiable infant who cannot get enough love, affection, no matter how much she is given. This is the root of my anger. Oh, sweetheart. All right, you guys keep tapping and breathing. Holly's from an 8 to a 4. Amaya, 8 to a 2. Wow, you're moving fast tonight, sweetie. Alexander, 8 to a 7. Steady progress. I'm glad you keep showing up. Celeste, down to a 1. Just discovered what I can't remember. Just discovered I can't remember what this is about, and that's okay. You don't have to remember it to heal it. You just have to keep trying to locate where it is, because your brain knows where it put it, even if you don't have conscious memory. It might be a really, really young memory. Maya says, from a 7 to a 4, I forgive myself for the last business that didn't work. Hallelujah! There we go. Really important. Aaron, 7 to a 3, forgiving myself for not caring for my body and being as healthy as I can be. Me and you both, Aaron. Okay? Great, everybody. I'm super proud of you. Let's do it. Massaging the front of your chest. Even though my issue is still, say the number if you can. Big breath. I love and accept myself. Tap the eyebrows. Even though it's still tuning to the number of intensity again. Tap the temples. Tap the cheeks. And I feel it where? Where do you feel it in your body? Tap under the nose. I feel it in my what? Tap under the lips. It's okay. I love and respect myself. Then tap your chest. Even though my issue still feels like a what? Say the number again. Tap the front of the ribs. And I feel it where? Tap the side of the ribs. It's okay. Tap the inside of the wrist. I changed up the points on you there, didn't I? I love and respect myself. Big breath, big sigh, tuning into the intensity level of your issue and what's behind it. Tap the side of the thumb. It's okay if I can't remember exactly. Tap your index finger. It's okay if part of me doesn't want to know what's behind it. Big breath, big sigh. Tap the middle finger. This resistance. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. Even though I can't stop feeling, and say what it is that you're feeling. Either you're resisting feeling. Someone's just chatted in, I can't stop the self-hate. Okay, so you can say, even though I can't stop hating myself, and I'm not going to stop hating myself. Big breath. And you might need to chant that for 2 or 3 minutes. Tap your little finger and just accept that that's how it's going to be. Tap the side of your hand. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Even if I still feel what? Tap the eyebrows. Part of me is determined to still feel what? Tap the temples. Big deep breath, big sigh. Good. Tap the front of your cheeks. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap under the nose. Even if I continue to feel, and say it again. Tap under the lips. Tap the chest. Part of me is really resistant to letting this go. Because if I did let it go, what would happen? Tap the front of your ribs. If I let it go, Tap the side of the ribs. What would happen? Tap the inside of the wrist. If I let it go, what would happen? Big deep breath, big sigh. Tap the side of the thumb. It's safe for me to release this. Tap the index finger, even though I'm used to feeling. How are you used to feeling? Tap the middle finger. It's scary for me to feel that good, that capable. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm so used to being limited by this. Tap the little finger. Let's chant that for a couple of minutes. I'm so used to being limited by this. Tap the side of the hand. I'm so used to being limited by this. Tap the top of the head. I'm so used to being limited by this. Tap the eyebrows. If I let it go, tap the temples, I would then have to what? Big deep breath. Tap the cheeks. If I let it go, tap into the nose. I would then have to what? Tap under the lips. I love and respect myself. Tap the chest. I forgive myself for attacking myself by telling myself what? Tap the wrist. It's possible I'm already starting to clear it. Tap the side of the ribs. It's possible. Say something positive about what you think you'd like to create positive for yourself. Tap the inside of your wrist. I'm creating the possibility of, say the positive possibility again. Tap the side of your thumb. I'm creating the positive possibility. Tap your index finger. And I'm allowing this energy to come out of my body that's left over from another time and place. Tap the middle finger. A time when what was happening? Was it extreme poverty? Extreme trauma? Extreme abuse? Extreme lockdown of yourself? Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. Big deep breath. This leftover energy. Tap your little finger. I love and respect myself. Tap the side of your hand, even with this leftover energy. Tap the top of your head. Tap the eyebrows. It's coming out of my body. Tap the temples. I'm bringing love here. I want you to bring love back to that earlier version of you. Tap the cheeks. I'm rescuing this part of myself. Tap under the nose. I'm rescuing this part of myself. Tap under the lips. It's safe for me to take care of him or her. Big breath. Tap the chest. It's safe for me to bring safety and kindness and support. Big breath. Tap the front of the ribs. Now you modify. It's safe for me to bring what to this part of myself? Tap this side of the ribs. It's safe for me to bring what? Good thing to that part of yourself. Keep tapping. I shouldn't be getting too much chat in right now. You keep tapping, because if you're typing, you're not tapping. Tap the inside of your wrist. I'm allowing myself a new possibility. Tap the side of your thumb. Even though what's still holding this together is, and say what that is out loud. Don't chat it to us, just say it out loud. Tap your index finger. Say it again. Thing that's still holding it together. Tap your middle finger. Say it again. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I accept the part of me that still has, and then say what's still holding it together. Tap your little finger. Stay with us, Celeste. Keep tapping, honey. Tap the side of your hand. It's still holding it together. Tap the top of the head. I'm allowing this piece to dissolve so that I can feel more safe. Tap the eyebrows so I can trust myself more. Tap the temples so I can respect myself more. Tap the cheeks so I can make healthier choices for me. Big breath. Tap under the nose. I'm allowing myself to make healthier choices. And tap under the lips. It's safe to make healthier choices. And tap the chest. I'm allowing myself to make a healthier choice about what? And tap the front of the ribs. So let's tune in again and see where your issue's at. What number was it at the beginning before we started tapping? What number is it now? So we can just track your progress. And what emotion is still really present for you? Yay, safe to have more room. More space. And just put that in the chat box. So Jennifer's saying an 8 to a 3, and then it moved to something else. Yeah. They're squirmy little things, patterns, aren't they? Good, Celeste. You're making progress. You're doing really well, and you're showing up again and again, and you are using these replay videos almost every day, and I really see a difference in you. Yeah. Just a few more seconds for the chat to come in. So Jana's saying, it's gone down to a 4. I was told by my father that I would never have the resources to take care of myself or be taken care of. Wow, if that's not a father's curse, I don't know what is. Right. And it's not, it doesn't need to be true anymore. That sounds like somebody who wanted to stay in charge of you. Down to a 5, Christina. Fabulous. From a 10 to a 5. I never learned to internalize or retain love, so that's why I feel like a cup with no bottom. I give away the love the moment I receive it because I do not believe there's enough for me or that I deserve it. So you're going to be chanting, it's possible I'm worthy of love. I'm worthy of love. And it basically, if you're going to make something up about yourself, make up something positive. You can just as easily insist, even if it feels like a lie at first, that you're just going to choose to tell yourself, I'm worthy of love. And you're going to feel a lot better soon. Really deep realization for you. Okay, 7 to a 3. Lack of acknowledgement. Needed drama to be acknowledged. Ooh! Good one. That's going to make life easier, huh? Hannah saying from a 6 to a 9 to a 4. So hers went down and then up and then down again. Really common for people. Realizing deeper roots. They are squirmy. Yes, they are. Okay. Giving yourself permission to be safe. Love you too. Lots of goodness. Alexander down to a 6. Good. Maya's moving up, down, but down to a 1. Okay. Coughing up stuff out of your throat. Screamed in a pillow. What's left is some fear. Big space, peace, and want to rest. You are moving mountains, sweetheart. You just hang in there. Keep tapping and breathing. We're almost done. From a 7 to a 3, Erin says, with a higher peak in between. Yep, that's how it moves. From a 10 to an 8, Stephanie, trying to feel safe and ask for help. You're doing well. You asked for help. They beamed over to help you out, and so did these other people. You're doing it. Okay, dissolving my debt. Yahoo! Let's go. Massage the front of your chest. Okay? Even though okay, sorry, I got distracted by the chat. Protecting myself from being too much for the other people around me and having them hurt me. Okay, and burping. Yes, side effects of tapping, burping, crying, hairballs of doom flying out of you. You're going to feel great. Let's do it. Let's finish this up. Even though I still notice what? What are you noticing about your issue? Tap the eyebrows. I love and accept myself. Tap the temples. I realize that it came from where and what? What's the root? Tap the cheeks. I love and respect myself. Everybody should be tapping at this point, okay? Tap into the nose. The root of this issue is, say what it is. Tap under the lips. And I'm clearing this particular piece. Now I want you to say something really specific. So in Jana's case, it was, my father said, and in her case, she would say the exact sentence. For Celeste, it would be, this particular drug that was in my body, and I got drugged. Or Maya, when you were talking about being drugged. Tap the chest. Everyone choose a very specific aspect that's still holding your issue in place that has to do with the root. Tap the front of the ribs. I love and respect myself. Tap the side of the ribs. Even if this piece is still here, say that specific piece again. Tap the inside of the wrist. This specific piece, say it again. Big breath, big sigh. Tap the side of the thumb, this specific piece. Tap your index finger, this specific piece. Tap your middle finger. And I want you to send some love to that part. Okay? So, for example, Simon said there was lots of drama I was creating around money. Okay. So you're going to send energy back to that part of you that got used to hooking the excitement, the thrill, the drama, the upset around money. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. Focus on that specific piece again. Send it some more love. Hang out with it. Put your arm around it and breathe. Just accept it for another minute. Tap your little finger. Again, big, sweet, deep breath, bringing loving attention and acceptance energy to this little aspect. Tap the side of your hand. Big breath, big sigh. This aspect, say it again. Tap the eyebrows. I'm releasing this aspect. Tap the temples, no matter how long it's been here. Tap the cheeks. I'm releasing it from my, and then say where it's affected you. Has it been your neurology, your cells, your brain tissue, a certain part of your body, or even a habit? I'm releasing this from my overeating habit or my binge eating habit. Tap under the nose. And tap under the lips. I love and accept myself. Tap the chest. And I'm dissolving this from my, and say where you think this aspect is stored and how it's been affecting you. Tap the front of the ribs. So what would the healthy, healed version be of this aspect? So if you are dealing with overeating or binge eating or being addicted, then you would say the healthy aspect would be no longer craving this or eating a healthy amount of healthy food, or being able to make money in a really calm way that feels consistent and uplifting. Tap the side of the ribs. I love and respect myself. Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm open to creating, say your positive creation again. And the side of the thumb, say it again. Chant it 3 or 4 times. And if you're a visualizer, I want you to imagine yourself having that experience. What would it feel like in your body? Tap the index finger. What would it feel like in your body to be safe, to be at peace with yourself, or free from whatever that thing is that you feel addicted to be able to walk right by it and go, wow, that amazes me that used to even bother me or make me want to do it. Tap the middle finger and breathe. Visualizing again, smelling it, seeing it, hearing it. What would it be like to no longer be silenced or stuck, to see yourself free? Tap the bottom of your fourth finger and breathe. Big sigh. Tap your little finger. Let's have another check-in. We are just minutes away from ending. Can you believe it? It really flew by tonight. Yay, light and happy. Stephanie, how are you guys feeling? I'd love to hear how you're feeling as a result of tapping with us tonight. Jana says happy and confident. Hallelujah. So you've got just a couple of minutes to chat in. New realizations, still integrating, very grateful in all caps. Yay, I'm grateful for you too. Healing the part that was tortured. Hallelujah, Celeste. Feels so good, doesn't it? You're so strong. Maya says clear and calm. Yes. Sweet angel. Totally in that it is what it would be about. Hallelujah, Maya. You got there from an 8 to a 1. Celeste is reporting lines of zeros. That's amazing. Christina down to a 3 from a 10. Infant is less voracious, needy, clingy. Helping me is a joy I equally give and receive. Brilliant. Maya, tired, need to rest, throat has something in it, moving, moving, moving. So Maya, give yourself a couple more breaths and just accept the feeling in your throat. The more you can accept it, the quicker the thing in it will release. Okay? I know you're tired because you just climbed a mountain and moved it. Simon says, inspired, can't wait to take action, money's rolling in. Yes, it is. Stephanie, better but still tired and feeling dishonest. It's okay. Take your time. You moved something. Do the video again tomorrow. It'll be up by tomorrow evening, so do it again or the next day. Easy does it. Remember, persistence was the third thing we talked about. We're going to do it until it doesn't need to be done anymore, but I promise you that you are dissolving it, you're chipping away, and you do not have an infinite amount of pain, even if it seems like you did. You don't, because you're not that old. Hannah says, wanted to work on one thing and other deeper issues surfaced, still feel caught off guard and melancholy, not all the way cleared. So keep tapping, keep focusing. You might give yourself an extra 20 or 30 minutes. If you don't know what to say and you need guidance, use your membership video library. Start another video. They're kind of similar, right? There are a lot of plug and play, fill in the blanks. See if you can modify one to keep going if you need the support. Remember that there's 2 portions to this. There's the live part. You don't have to wait a week. And then you've got a terrific video library. And it is filling up every week. Another video goes in. And there's, almost a dozen of them in there now, probably. So that's worldtappingcircle.com, members area. Okay, any last little love messages before we sign off? Now's your chance.
I'm going to just put a pop in if anyone does want to have a private session with any of the other facilitators. Let's see if I can.
So what that means for you in the chat function, you'll see it pop in. You just click that. There's a link there, and you could book a session. They all have online scheduling systems, so you can see immediately when they're available, look at their bios, see if you want to go there. It can be worth its weight in gold. It's faster, you guys, because it's more specific, even though EFT is really fast. And people get to know you and go, oh, okay, I know what you're not telling yourself, you're not seeing. So it's a really beautiful way to go. Okay, so I want to thank you for taking care of yourself. The more you clean up your own backyard, your own internal world, the faster we all get free, because we're all connected. We're all worthy of love, no matter where you've been and what you've done. As long as you keep inching forward, you're going to learn to fly. And I wish you all goodness. And I can't wait to talk with you again. So thank you so much. Love you, and I'll see you next time.